What's the matter, Jack? I know, she'll be right back. She will be back. She will be back. She will be back. Oh. Let's see. All right, let's get this YouTube side going. Hey, Be Charming. What is going on with this? Hey, Sandra Moody. I'm looking a hot mess because I just got up off the couch. And yeah, I was gonna watch something, but I'm like, you know what? Sierra and Todd just left with their dad. He showed up last night, and surprised them because he has to work during the week of Christmas when they have their vacation. So he wouldn't be able to see them on Christmas. So he came down for this weekend, surprised them last night. And he just took them to, they both had school today. So Sierra got home at 2:30 and he waited for Todd to finish up I got to write that down. He waited for Todd to finish up his work. And he's taking them to Olive Garden. Just fixing to have a cup of fresh brew. I got my water. So I told the kids, because he had bought something for Sierra for Christmas months ago and had it shipped here. So we wrapped it and put his name on it because it's from him. And why is there anyway, butter pecan cake. Oh, I've never had, I don't know. I don't think I've had any butter pecan recipe food. I hardly ever eat pecans. I don't remember even ever having anything that had a pecan in it. So yeah, hey, Free Hanley. So yeah, he took them to Olive Garden. Chris is at work. That poor guy, he had his gums done the other day. I think it was, what day was it? I don't even know, my beginning of the week. And what they did was, hi, Robin's Nest. They cut his gums and they sanded and smoothed down the bone. And then stitched him back up. He hurt so bad. I've never seen him complain ever. And I really think this is when he should have took the rest of the week off instead of last week when he had those teeth pulled, because he was fine that same night. It didn't bother him at all. So the rest of the week he had off here and he was fine. This is when he needed to take those days off. So he hasn't been able to eat any solid foods. He's had Ensures, just drinking Ensures. Yeah, Robin's Nest. I haven't been on any lives today. I popped in and said hi and chat at Crazy Irishes, but that was it. So what I did is I broke down this turkey, this 20-pound turkey that I made the other night. I let the kids pick, eat the meat, some of the meat, and then I bagged up the rest. It's in a video I just did. And then I took some of the broth, turkey broth, and I have it in my little mini crock pot, keeping warm for the day. I started it maybe an hour or two ago for when he gets home, because I really want him to have some proteinish, even broth. Hey, handicap traveler. I might put some very fine little mini egg noodles in there, but I'm waiting until he gets home. And then he said he wanted to try scrambled eggs because it's been a couple days, but pretty bad. I wouldn't want to go through that. I had my deep scale done on this side yesterday, and I have this side to do Monday, and then I'm finally done all the deep scaling. And yeah. But yeah, the kid's dad came up and brought their Christmas presents, and some of them and the one downstairs. So I said, you know what, you can open those while he's here, because that just makes it even more special to do it with him here, instead of waiting. So yeah, and I don't know if they're staying at the hotel with him tonight or not. I may lose power, so if I do, I'm deeply sorry, but we have a storm brewing here. The trees, the wind is unbelievable right now. Unbelievable. I've had to go pick up the shovels 4 times in the last hour. I should just learn my lesson and put them in the garage, but deep scaling is when they numb you, and they have to do a quadrant at a time. So I had this quadrant done first, then this one, then this one, and Monday I'm going to this one. They numb you up, and they go down and they just clean down to the roots and scrape. Usually, I asked her how often people do it, and she said usually once in a lifetime. Some people will go every 5 years, but usually just once in a lifetime. I couldn't do it without being numbed up, but the needles hurt because I'm really bad with needles. So I had to have 3 needles on this side, and this one has more teeth because there's teeth missing on this side. So it was less for her to have to numb. But it numbs your tongue where they put the shot. So my tongue was numb for hours. And but yeah, it's a deep cleaning. Deep cleaning. 10 inches of snow? That's where their father just came from, Robin's Nest. He's in Pennsylvania. I'm gonna have to ask him. He's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They never numb me. Oh my God. I get the topical numbing with the Q-tips rubbed all over before they give me the shot to numb. That's how much of a baby I am. But I don't feel nothing. Nothing. That's a lot of snow. We're just getting rain right now. It's just complete rain. All the snow we got before is gone now. It's gone. It washed away. I did give him money. I gave my ex-husband money to get me a dish from Olive Garden. Chris is going to be even more pissed off. Although I do have steaks in there that I have marinating for me and Todd, but that's before I knew their dad was coming. So I'll probably cook the steaks tomorrow and have the Olive Garden tonight, because my whole plan was to have scrambled eggs with Chris. But I want Olive Garden. Wayne County, we are at the uppermost northeast. I could spit and hit the Delaware. Oh. We have no snow whatsoever. It's all rain right now. Huh. I think we're supposed to get some, though. Right now it's 40 degrees. Let me check the weather. I don't understand these weather maps, honestly. I never do. Oh, wait, now it's getting smaller somehow. I don't even know what I did. See the full forecast, it says. Oh, tomorrow we're supposed to get some rain, some snow. Let me click on tomorrow. 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m. It says snow. But after that, no. Oh, and then snow again Thursday, rain and snow. And Friday the 23rd, it's going to be 16 degrees with snow at night. Let me see what Friday says. It's supposed to snow from 1 a.m. to 7 p.m. all day on the 23rd. That's Friday, and the kids have half a day. I bet you they cancel school that day because it's a half a day anyway before the winter break. We had hail earlier. Yeah, East Homestead, actually. You know, Robin's Nest, my grandfather built a lot, some of the railroad, and some of Highway 395. He built a lot of 395. I found out recently that my grandfather did a lot of that. I can imagine, Sandra, because let me tell you, this side, when I went yesterday, they numbed it, but they didn't let it really get numb before they started working. And I could feel a little bit, not much at all, not enough to hurt me, but I could feel little pangs here and there. And I was like, oh, I told her, I said, I need to sit a little bit longer because by the time she was done is when it really started to get numb. So I take a while to actually numb up. My surgery was postponed from today, my birthday. Is your birthday today? Happy birthday! Until the 22nd. Now we are getting snow then. Ugh. Well, I had an appointment for my follow-up. I go every few months for my follow-up for my doctor to check my A1C levels. And so when I was at the dentist yesterday, I got a text from the power company saying they were on standby getting ready for this big storm. So I called my doctor and I canceled my appointment for today because I didn't want a chance being out there. And it's only rained. I could have went. Drank my that's Robin's Nest. That's why Chris is getting them the false teeth, because back in the day he did a lot of drugs and drinking and partying and didn't take care of his teeth. Way before I knew him. Oh, happy birthday. You're 29, right? Unless you're younger than 29, then you're 18, right? Hey, shift kicker. Yeah, so I was watching all of my shows that I've neglected, and he came to visit this morning. He came early when Sierra woke up and drove her to school. And then he went back to his hotel room and slept half the day, and then came back about 1 o'clock, and hung out with Todd's room while Todd was doing his work. And he's reading through Todd's chemistry notes. He's like, I don't remember any of this. And he took chemistry where in his class when he was in school. He was like, I don't remember any of this. I don't remember any of this. I couldn't do this now. I'm like, nope. I've already made it very clear to all Todd's teachers, I am useless and I wouldn't be able to help him with anything. Oh, okay, Robin. Hey, sassy cat. It's nice to have you here, sassy cat. Everybody, actually. I was just sitting down here and I was gonna go. I started watching videos this morning, trying to get caught up. I have such a huge list, a subscription list, and I just can't seem to get caught up on everybody's videos. I try. And then I laid down. I did some laundry. I did a few things around here. And then I laid down and watched a few episodes of things that I was missing. Hey, Fix It Lady. You guys have to go check out our channel. I don't know if I told you guys before. I might have. My brain is not the greatest. But go to the Fix It Lady's channel. She is phenomenal. Phenomenal. There's side dishes. She's another one. You got to go and see her channel. It is painful. He don't take any pills. Like, they ask if he wants painkillers and he says no. He never gets the prescriptions for them. I'm like, you should. That way we have him here if we ever needed him, but he doesn't because of his past. And so he came home that night, and after it started wearing off, he took 3 Motrin. They were 200 milligrams a piece or something like that. But that's pretty much it. Thank you, Shift Kicker. Fix It. The Fix It Ladies channel is awesome. My son Casey, even when I mentioned about her to him at Thanksgiving, he's like, I think I watch her. Is she a blonde lady? I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, I watch her too. Ugh. Side Dishes too is another great channel. I do have to get caught up on some of your videos, girl. I've been slacking. I don't know. I've just been so tired lately. I start out watching a few videos, and then I go off and do something, and then I come back and watch a few, go back and do something, and then I lay down for a little bit trying to catch up on some shows, and then I was supposed to go in the kitchen and do some stuff, and I came here and did a live. Then he mentioned Olive Garden. I'm like, so I had to write out a list and give him. Well, it's just one deal. I'm getting the chicken scampi, and he'll bring it back with Side Dishes. Taught me how to make the sausage gravy. Haven't done that one yet. I did make a white gravy once. Bigfoot had threw out a challenge for hamburger gravy or something. Shit on a shingle, they call it, or something. And I did do that, and I have to admit it was really good. But I've never made it since. But I don't ever have really one. I don't make gravy a whole lot. I'm not good at it, making it, to be honest. Oh, thank you, Shift. Handicapped Traveler is another great channel. Yes. You need to put your channel in here, Shift. You guys got to go check out Shift Kicker's channel. I know, Sassy Cat. I love the salad, but I don't want to seem too greedy and ask him to bring me salad too. Oh, you know what? I don't care. Where's my phone? I'm going to text him and say, bring me a salad too. I got to find my phone though. I think I was laying on it. Yeah. Hold on. One moment, please. I'm gonna call Sierra. Oh gosh. Let's see. See if I can find Sierra's phone number. She's probably not going to answer. And you're like, Sierra, honey, can you bring me some salad? SOS corned beef hash on toast. I never tried that. I heard, the Fix It lady, that you have to let I've heard, okay, I'm just going to text her because she's not answering. But I heard Bev at our Half Acre Homestead, she lets the flour cook a couple minutes to get that flour taste out. I heard her say that. So you might have to let it low and slow, like 2 to 3 minutes, maybe. I'm not even sure if it's even longer. And it gets that taste of flour out. That's what I heard her say in her video one day. I'm so bad at it. I don't ever get it right. All right, I'm going to text her because she's not answering the phone. I'll say, can you please bring me a salad too? But doesn't it come with a meal? Probably not. Could you all bring me a small salad back? Salad back to with my meal. Hopefully she'll read it before she was so happy. They were so happy to see their dad. I'm sure I probably won't be live when they get back. I was going to say, maybe you could meet him all. I don't know if he's ever been on one of my lives. Hey, Lady Casca! Joe Morgan. Okay, let me go back to the. That's what in World War II the sailors called it. Watch side dishes. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, she does. She did do a video on that. Oh my God, Lady Casca's in the house. I miss that girl so much. Joe Morgan, hello. Can I ask, how do you guys get that wrenchy thing next to your name? Oh, that makes you a moderator. I gave those wrenches out early on when I don't really do it too much anymore. I'm happy with the moderators I do have right now. If I feel the need for more, I will add more of you as moderators, but I have to really get to know you. They've been with me since the beginning, and I've just, that's how that works. That's so that they can battle the trolls that come in, and things like that. Let me go back up because I'm yapping. I know it does, right? Sassy. I hope they remember. Hey, Chris Piat. How are you? I miss my Lady Casca. She makes rare appearances every once in a while now. Smart. I hope they bring back some Andy's candies. They give those out too. Hey, Debbie McCanna. When making gravy, use cornstarch instead of flour, no lumps. Oh. I bet you've been working a lot, huh, Lady Casca? Yeah, moderator. It's somebody that they monitor the chat and keep it clean, get all the bad, if there's somebody that comes in that's trolling or causing trouble, and they do that. You get a lot of people that come in just to damage your channel, and they'll say rude or naughty, perverted things in chat, so you boot them out. Was on phone with Cat Lady. Things aren't good for Dad. Who's Cat Lady, honey? I don't know who that is. I'm driving home, and voice to text for a Southerner is a struggle. We watch the chat to make sure bad things and trolls stay out and put links in for the channel owner. Yeah, that's what they do too. If I mention someone's channel like yours or like Fix It Ladies, they'll find that channel and link and put it in the chat. Because I'm very slow. They know me. They know how slow I am. And by the time I'm even getting over there to do it, they've already got it in and 10 others. Because a good moderator is hard to find. And these ones are the best. The best. That's good, Lady Casca. I miss you though, girl. I miss you. I miss your videos. Oh my God, when you cook and stuff, bake. That girl has some. If you ever go to Lady Casca's site and see her stuff that she's baked, oh my God. G-Ma Merkel. G-Ma Merkel's another legend here. She's awesomely funny. Oh my God. These are all people that have been with me since the beginning of my time here. And I found them through Prepping 101, Lake Ferry, North Shore Preparedness, all those channels. And they're just the best people. Minnesota winters. I save that stuff for my salty rants. I love your videos, Joe. It's so refreshing to hear it straight out. No crap, no bull. Just say it. And Loretta's been helping her take care of her dad. Oh, okay. I was stupid today. I was in so much pain. My eyes were fluttering. Ended up dropping kids off at school, then straight to ER. Another kidney stone? Girl. I'm so sorry, man. Oh, it's hard to do anything when I'm a host. I'm just a slow person. This whole thing is not my forte, finding and doing the YouTube stuff. Because I remember I lost trust for some reason off my mod list. He wasn't there. I didn't take him out because I couldn't even remember how to get back to that list because I added him when I first started and I never went back in there again. So I don't know how he got taken off. So I went through so many of my old live streams to find the 3 dots where he might have made a comment and add him back as a moderator that way. Because I couldn't remember how to get into that place you go to. I still don't. Oh my God, lady. I hope you're okay. Gma Merkel can throw some salt herself. Yes, she can. I love when she gets in chat. Oh my God. It is so much fun when she gets in chat. And Shift Kicker is the moderators of all moderators. Her and Han Solo was pretty good, but her, if you ever can get her as a moderator, you get her as a moderator because she is on top of her game 24/7. She is a very smart lady. She knows her shit about pretty much everything. She's taught me so much. She sends me the recipes. Okay. She sent me a brownie recipe. Oh my God. Homemade brownie mix. I'm just saying it's fabulous. I love her stuff. My sister gets them a lot too, Lady Casca. My younger sister, all the time. All the time. She feels like she's going to die. Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of these channels of that she's putting in here. These people, I learned so much from everybody in chat. If okay, I keep note paper here because they are always helping me with something, whether I need to remind myself of something or just new ideas on what to go get for my preps, how to do things. I owe everything I know to all these people in here. I do. Joe Morgan's channel. Joe, I think you're a mod. Can you put? Oh yeah. Yeah, he don't hold back and he's got a good channel. A lot of what he says needs to be said. Robin's Nest, I learned so much. Everything that I've picked up has been from everybody in here. When I first met Lady Casca, she had some videos where she had grow shelves in her living room and she was growing full grown dwarf tomatoes. She was picking tomatoes in the middle of winter in her living room. It was freaking incredible. That's what got me motivated. Be Charming's another one. She's awesome too. Yes, you are. You want her in your chats. Lee is just so charismatic. I'm just me. I know when I have to give props to people because you have all taught me so much, and I am not too proud to ever admit that I know things I don't know, which is a lot. Let's see. Niece just started college. I get calls for cheater biscuit recipes now. Yeah, have a good time, Shift Kicker. I have my grandson Brockton coming tonight. So if I do a live stream, it'll probably be with him. He'll be in floating around. You know how he likes to get on the camera. Have so much fun at that concert. You should video it if you're allowed to. Post some of it. I doubt I have taught you anything. Basically, all we do is walk. Oh, you guys are funny. I just enjoy your channel. You and your wife are adorable. Handicap. Lee was a blubbering idiot till she joined the tube. Be Charming got me to stop sitting on my leg. Yes, she did. Because every time I'd sit on my foot in my chair, she'd be in chat yelling at me to stop sitting on my foot. And I don't sit on my foot anymore. Not at all. It's because of you, Be Charming. I don't really have any special topics. I just like listening to your content because you're spot on all the time. So I will watch anything that I do. I watch all your videos. I don't always comment because I'm either in the other room listening because I keep my when I'm in the other room, like in that room doing something at the table, I'll keep it full blast. Did you have snow day from school to? No, we don't. Oh, Vermont Prepper's here. Hey, Vermont Prepper. No, we have rain. Rain. It washed away all our snow. We have no more snow. I think we're getting some more snow in Saturday. How much though is to be seen. G-Ma Merkel, so are you, girl. You're the shit too. You are the reason why I have the dehydrator and the foods. Oh, I love mine. My apples. Oh my god, my apples come out. I do apple chunks in my dehydrator to put in muffins and baked breads and things. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, well, thank you, Robin's Nest. I'm just me though. And I have to give props to where props is due, and all these channels are. You couldn't have the best moderators than the ones I have. I learn a lot from Lee's cooking videos, and I get hungry too. I do. You know, I watch each and every one of my videos after I've published it to make sure that it's come out the way it should. And I get hungry all over again. Trust me. I do show the goofs, mainly because I don't want to take the time to edit them out. And like I said, I want my family to see me after I'm gone in the real Lee and what I'm all about and how I was, my goofs and all. Because not everybody likes my cooking in this house. Not all the time. I couldn't even be an actor, I don't think, because I don't know how to do all that. Vermont Prepper's got an awesome channel. He did one with something he bought off a Facebook marketplace or at a state sale or something. It was something to do with music and he worked on it. Yeah. He's a pretty interesting fella. Yes, he is. Math time and trombone. Oh, he's playing trombone. Oh my god. You should do a video of him playing and see if he'll allow you to do that. Say all the subscribers want to tune in to listen to him. I would. All right, Fix It Lady. Have a good day, honey. Bye, Lady Casca. I hope you feel better, honey. I can't even imagine what you're going through. That's awful. My sister, she tells me how bad it is. Joe Morgan dropped his link right there. Thank you, because I'm slow as molasses. Yeah, he's your gun person. Just saying, he knows all about that stuff. Hey, Lewis. Lewis is the one that's called It's the Marshmallow Man. He's in Canada. Steel and Tree, Eric. Hello. Going to bed, honey? You've been working, huh? It's nice to have you in here, Vermont. I hope you're staying warm. Oh yeah, Sandra just put Vermont Prepper. Vermont Prepper's channel is really great. You got to go check him out too. Very interesting. Very interesting. His content blows mine away. He's so interesting. Bakery owner. Oh my God. Your house must have smelled yummy. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I can't. The rain is just hitting the windows like crazy, and it's so windy. I can't believe my power hasn't even flickered. I should shut my mouth. Probably will now. Poor Jack. Sierra just got home. She stayed an hour and then left, and he's laying under the tree all bummed out in a ball. I'm gonna go turn the tree lights on and see if I can turn the camera over there for a minute. Oh, he heard me. Yeah, I know, Jack. I know. She'll be back, and then you can torture her for giving you all this stress while her daddy was here, because you don't like it when she leaves. He does not like it when she leaves to go with her dad when she goes to visit him, and when she gets back, he tortures her. Let's see if I can see him under the tree there. That's him just laying under the tree, all sad looking. Huh. Say hi to your people. He's just looking at me like, you witch. He took my name and made a channel. I can't even tell if you're joking or not. That's how naive I am all the time. We had rain and sleet yesterday, and last night we lost power for a few hours. I think Shift Kicker lost power too. I already know I'm subscribed to the right Vermont Prepper. Oh, thanks, Be Charming. I let all we decorated it when Brockton came over last time. Happy hour long distance with another creator in Canada. Oh, that must have been fun. 4 hours, I think she said. Yeah, Be Charming. I'm surprised we haven't had it here because the wind is insane. Insane. I bet you we're going to have water in our basement. And we got water a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, Chris, there's a lot of water down there. Isn't that sump pump supposed to turn on? And it wasn't working right. So he went down there. It was his first day off. And he had to unclog where the first sump pump was. Unclog it. It was really jammed. I'm about to drop. Gotta get to bed. Well, go rest, honey. Go rest. But it was nice of you to pop in here. We're decorating our Sunday roast beef. That's one thing I cannot cook is a really good roast beef. Roast. I can do the steaks no problem, but a rib roast I have trouble with. I did buy a small one before Chris had all these teeth issues. It's in the freezer because I was going to have it for Christmas. But now I can't because I'm not going to make that when he can't eat it. That's not right. You missed my other comment. It's okay. Oh, let me go back. One moment, please. He took my name and made a channel. Is that the comment? I'm retired from New York City schools and a retired bakery owner. I started working at Vermont schools because no one else wants to work. Vermont Prepper channel on YouTube is not me. Long and slow, baby, long and slow. Okay. Mine's only maybe, the one I have in the freezer is only a couple pounds. It's not a big one because no one else would eat it anyway. But I'm going to wait until Chris gets his set and he can enjoy it. I have plenty of steaks to keep me occupied. I figured out when you run. Can you hear? I don't know if you can see that. The wind is insane. Over there, out that window, there's some trees that are really shaking, but those are it's pretty crazy outside. I bet you we're going to have a lot of down power lines and stuff. I figured out when you run out of mix, booze and cocoa is good. Drinking it warm makes you dizzy. I bet. I checked myself pump on a regular basis this year. I know we should do that, Lewis, and we don't. And we dump our dehydrator, our dehumidifier bucket water in that hole too. So it probably lets a lot of the dirt come down. I don't really like my meat in the crock pot as much as I like it in the oven. Prime rib for Christmas here. Yeah. Normally I do that, but with Chris not having upper teeth right now and half his bottoms are gone, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save that for when we can eat together. That's what he said was silt. That's what he said. That's the word he said. Yep. Peanut butter, whiskey works in cocoa, but too much sugar. Yeah, that would be too Ginger Ninja! That would be too much sugar, yeah. I'm not even doing a big gathering because my son, the baby is due on Christmas, but she's going Monday or Tuesday, Monday, I think, to be induced. So it's just going to be us here. And we don't do a lot of cooking and stuff on Christmas. I just don't. We just never have. We just sit around and we just don't. I don't make a whole lot of. I do have a bunch of finger rolls in the freezer. If Chris is up to eating any of that by then, maybe, but I'm not stressing over it. Because I don't want to, he needs to let those gums heal. And that's a lot of the problem when he had all those other teeth out. He didn't let those gums heal before he started eating a lot of crap. Me and my dog are having a big pork shoulder for Christmas. I have tons of those in my freezer. Rockford Ordnance. My new parts came. Big shout out. Awesome. Hey, yeah, can just give up the mixers and go pro like I did. Ginger Ninja. How are you? I know. I just bought 2 packages of 18 count eggs and I have one in the fridge. So I have 3 of those 18 counts. So I said, well, I can make you some eggs tonight. And he's like, I think I'm going to want the whole 18 pack because that's how hungry I am. He hasn't eaten in days at all. Nothing. Coffee and a soda and sure, that's it. He does not want to get anything infected where they did the surgery on his gums because he don't want to go back. He's got to go back for a follow-up to check for the where the stitches are, but he don't want any more work done for a while. He's done for a while till that all heals and he can go for the impressions. He doesn't he may not even do the bottoms completely until May when our insurance restarts because his Blue Cross insurance, Delta Dental starts. Their plan at work runs May 1st to April 31st. So we've maxed out everything for this year. And their boss pays up to 2,000 of any more bills after that. And that's it per year. So I'm thinking let his mouth settle and then the rest of the teeth on this side will get pulled in May when the insurance runs another $1,500 for the year and that way the months between now and then, because he'll have the tops, but the bottoms he just I don't know. I don't know. I say all this, but I don't know. He don't like quiche. I don't even like quiche, and I've asked him about it. He just likes plain scrambled eggs. I just got my new bigger fridge, good for leftovers, and my full-size stove. I wish I had a full-size stove and oven. Plus built oven for extra baking, but still haven't got to paint my cabinets yet. All I have is that little tiny oven that is built into the cabinet. And it's the on the wall that separates these two, and there's no place in there for another oven unless I took that table out. But I want a regular full-size oven. I was just looking at the door because he put plastic up on the door, and it looked like it was off. I thank you for the links. More to pee. I used to drink every weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, at the bar. My toasted almonds. I could drink like 10 to 15 of those a night. I can't even have a sip of alcohol now. I did on New Year's. I had a couple nips and I was feeling it. Whoa. I have a feeling because of all the milk and the toasted almonds is why I'm a diabetic now. Sassy Cat, I told him that, and he don't want. He don't want. He don't want. He don't want me to do that. He don't want to ruin it. He said it won't be the same. I'll just rather wait. We don't have any traditions here. The only tradition we had was my boys would come over on Christmas morning. But that was before they had kids of their own. And this year she's due on Christmas Day. And if she pops that kid out on Monday, she needs to stay home and keep that kid in the house away from the weather and other people. And I am more than willing to wait until she's been rested because she's tired, that poor girl. Emmett doesn't sleep. You gargle with salt water and not drag too hard on a smoke to get. Oh, he knows. Yeah, he knows all about that. Trust me. He went and started smoking right after he came out of the dentist. He's never had a dry socket because he doesn't do it too hard. I have no room to put any of that, Ginger Ninja. My kitchen, if we walk into the kitchen, there's just enough space to walk in. I mean, it's small. A refrigerator or a stove would stick out too far into the kitchen. But I want one. It's crazy how I want a regular full-size oven, movable oven, where I have this one that's built into the countertops. And when I had my apartments, all I had was those regular ovens and stoves. And I always wanted a built-in one into the counter. And now that I have it, let me tell you, every time I overflow a pan onto that smooth ceramic, I have to scrape it with razor blades. It's awful. I've scratched it so bad. Sierra says she'll bring me a salad. My daughter actually is willing to do something for me. So, just so you all know, I got an email. We're having a holiday sale for Thrive Life, but I forgot what it was. Give me one moment and I'll go back and get it. uh, that's crazy. I got an email from Wallaby saying my order was on its way. It was delivered today by the post guy, the post office, the mailman. But in my USPS tracker, it said it was from Amazon. I never ordered anything from Amazon. So I don't know because my Wallaby order just came in and then it's telling me that it's on its way to be delivered. They are slow. But let me find what was I looking for? Oh, my Thrive Life. So we got a promotion. I deleted it. Crap. Let me go to my trash. I deleted it. Holiday 25 is the code. And it's good until 12/22. $25 off any purchase of 125 or more. So basically, it would bring your order down to 100. Holiday 25 is the code. I've already done my December order. I don't know if I'm going to bother ordering anything. I don't know. I might do the meats. I might do some meats. I can't say I'm not going to. Because with all these meat problems, I want meat. My stovetop head went out and I wanted to have a full size. Yeah, I want to, but I want to pay my house off before I do. I don't know. I want my kitchen floor redone too, which my son said he would help. It probably cost $50 in flooring because it's such a tiny kitchen, and he would come over and help Chris do it. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Ginger Nimbers. Getting a good stove to can on. He's not sure, Sandra Moody, because he didn't realize about this bone work to begin with. It wasn't until after they pulled the teeth out that the gums had bubbles in them. And it doesn't always happen, the lady said, the dentist said. So we don't know until he has the remaining teeth pulled out because it didn't happen on this side, and he's got to get the remaining ones on this side pulled. So we don't know if it's even going to happen on that side. He looked like he had enough pudge. Just kidding, your husband is. He does have pudge. That's my cooking, though. Oh, I had all four of my wisdom out, Sandra, and I was very careful until the very end, and I didn't realize that they had healed up, but I went and ate rice, and I was freaking out because I thought it hadn't healed enough, but it had. It had healed over enough it was like 4 or 5 days, and then I had some rice. She's like, "Oh no, you're fine." I was panicking though. I call it a taco truck kitchen. Yeah, I know. I want a regular. I know. I always wanted a flat top too, and now I wish I didn't. But it came with the house. Our son is deploying to Kuwait in January. Ugh. I always make him his favorites on holidays. He is a genius administrator for Apple, but is in special unit out of NYC with National Guard. Wow, you must be proud. Wow. I've never dehydrated meats, Robin's Nest. I know some channels do it. They do ground beef. I've never tried it. It would go rancid quick, I would think, if it has fat in it. So you'd have to use it up faster. I won't even mess with that. It's not worth my time to do that. You have to weigh out whether your time is worth it if it goes rancid and you don't do it long enough I'm just saying I wouldn't do it because the time it takes to chop it and get it all ready, you'd have to chop it into small pieces, especially if there's fat in it. You want to freeze dry that stuff. Meats, freeze dry or pressure can meats. I won't do any other than that. I wouldn't dehydrate because that, to me, if that all goes rancid and you don't condition it enough after you dehydrate it and really check it, you'd be wasting all that time, all that meat. You have to be very careful. I've never tried it. I will never do that. 25 years old. Wow, he's so young. New grip fits my rifle thanks to Rock. Awesome. My gosh. I'm 50. My boys are 31 and 32 right now. I have only cooked with gas. And I've always only cooked with electric. I think I had a gas stove once when I was just moved out of my house. What the heck? One moment, please. One moment. That was my son. He's bringing Brockton over. Hold on. Let me go back to the comments. I missed a few. My son just got a new 9mm. He was trying to conceal with a big 9mm. Got a smaller one. Oh, yeah, Sandra. You don't want to use a straw. Cook it first, then dehydrate it. Yeah, you want to cook the ground. I know Rain Country, I think, did it too. She did Rain Country is another channel. I think that's her name. I think she does a lot of that stuff dehydrated, but I don't want to waste it and have it not. I'm impatient too. Bigger tools, easy to use, smaller ones you can't want to carry. I have a Taurus too. Isn't it? I got that beef jerky recipe from the Frenchman. I think he changed his name to Northeast Rebel. But he's from out here too. Him and Chris met up one day when Chris was working at the trash company. Yeah. It is a good marinade. I did a video on that too. So if anybody ever wants to make beef jerky, try this marinade. Find my recipe. It's in there. It's in my master playlist. It's Frenchman's marinade or Frenchman's beef jerky. Oh my God. We got that recipe from one of our subscribers, and he's an awesome dude. He lives out here in Massachusetts too. I'm 50, Robin's Nest. Wow, Joe. 40? I had the twins when I was 36. I got pregnant at 36. Yeah. And that was rough for me. I was very high risk at that age. Joe's 33. He's a baby, but a very smart, intelligent young man. Hey, Heroic Prepper. He's from New Jersey, Robin's Nest. You want to check out a good channel? Go to Heroic Prepper's channel. And then he made a second channel, Heroic Waffles, I think the name is. But he's a pretty cool dude too. He's out in New Jersey. Joe, they couldn't risk having another like Sandra Moody. Chris Piat, you're gonna be 60? We're all around the same age. Isn't that cool? I saw the link to it. I haven't gone into it, Heroic. I have to actually sit my hiney down here long enough to do something. That my kid's father came and surprised them, and so I've been entertaining the last day and doing stuff. I start watching a few videos and then I get up and do something, and then it's been kind of hectic because Chris has been home too. I'm grateful he's back to work. Something just flew across my patio. I could hear it dragging. But I will check it out. I saw the candles, the short you did. There was a short. The spicy cinnamon one, I think. Yeah. Are you in blue, Heroic? If you're in blue, post your link, honey. I'm slower than all of you. Hey, Ark Wildman. He's another one. Oh, Robin's Nest. You got to go check Ark Wildman's channel. Ark Wildman Survival. He is just a doll. He is the sweetest guy. He does his videos are so relaxing. I will put his video on when he's outside and he's cooking by the river. And when he sings, amazing. I don't know where the recipe is, but I'd have to actually go back to my video and watch it to get the recipe. I know. I should have printed it out. I might have, but I don't know where my recipe binder is right now. I move stuff around so much because of Christmas that I have bins over here. My tree is blocking my bookshelf. I can't even get over there right now. But it's in my master playlist, Frenchman's Beef Jerky. Heroic, are you blue? One moment, please. Yeah, put your channel, put your links there, Heroic. Because I'm slow, and it would take me forever by the time you found it and put it in there. So I'd rather have you all just do it. I have no problems with you doing that. Just don't flood the chat with them. But, once or twice during the live stream, I have no problem with that. I don't know what the rules are for YouTube, though. If they flag too many of one person's channel. So you may want to do it like once here and then maybe once at the end or something. I'm not sure. Sassy Cat, twins. My son, my two older boys, their father, he was a twin. Fraternal twin. And his side, I don't know if it ran. I can't remember. But I think so because their father's sister's granddaughter just had a set of twins a couple years ago. I did in vitro IVF to have my twins. I had tied my tubes after my second son, Casey, was born. He's 31 now. I tied him after he was born in 1991. Right on the table, I had them tie it. But little to me, beknownst to me, the doctor didn't want to do it. So he left a lot of my tubes extra so that I could have them reversed if I ever wanted to. I didn't know that. He fought with me about doing it because I was 19 or 20 at the time. So he made sure he left enough of my tubes to be reversed. And so when I met the kid's father in my 30s, the twins' father, I had them untied because we decided to have children. And I went to Georgia, had a surgery, and had them untied. And it still wasn't working. Based on my insurance at the time, I had to try certain amount of times naturally and then a certain amount of times insemination. And when those failed after 3 times each, then they would pay for it in vitro in full. So I went through all that process. It took me a couple years of giving myself shots and things like that for a year and going to the doctor every other day in another town. And I did get pregnant on the last round of insemination, but I had a miscarriage. And then I did in vitro. And the first, when they take your eggs, they took my eggs and they have a grading scale. And my eggs were pretty shot. They told me, don't get your hopes up. Your eggs are on the lowest of the low of the grading scale. And I was 36 years old. And my first round of in vitro, it worked. I had the twins. Even though they said my eggs were pure crap, I had the twins and it was fine. So I had them retie my tubes when they pulled the babies out. I had a C-section because Sierra, when I got to the hospital and my water had broke for Todd, she had flipped around and went breech on me. So I had to have a C-section. But while they were in there taking the babies, I had them retie the tubes. It was a lot of emotional. They give you options for counseling and everything too, because you have to make decisions. If they said, when they do your embryos and they pull your eggs and they do all that to get them in the petri dish, you could end up with more than 2 or more than 1 or more than 2 or 3. And you have to make the decision for you, whether you want to carry all those or abort some. If there's, because I was at very high risk at my age and high blood pressure, and I had other issues going on. So yeah. Yes, he can post it. I'm a little behind on the comments, but yeah, he can post his link, Sandra. Yes, he does. Ark Wildman does some really great content. My dad had 3 sets of twin siblings. Wow. Holy crap. There's Heroics Etsy page there. Yeah, we're getting a lot of rain right now. I did. Sassy cat. I went through a lot. A lot of it was emotional, especially after I had the miscarriage. Because literally I got inseminated and I'd have to go for blood tests to see if I was pregnant. And literally the day that I got the call that my blood was positive that I was pregnant, I had the miscarriage that day. Later on, I was at work. So I had the miscarriage. The day they called to tell me I was pregnant. Yep. So I wasn't sure I wanted to keep going because it's not like everybody. It was like a job. You were told when you could have sex. You were told, like my ex, he always drank soy milk his whole life, and soy makes you sterile. It hinders it. So he had been drinking soy milk his whole life, and he was in his 30s. So that made it tough. That made things tough for us to get pregnant. We were told when to do it, how long. He couldn't wear certain underwear. It became like a job, and it took the whole fun of everything out of it for us. For me, I know. And yeah, it was hard after I had the miscarriage. Did I want to put myself through it? Because you have to decide if you want to go because your body has to reset itself. I was taking a lot of shots in the belly button every morning, and my belly button area was all bruised because I'd have to shoot myself in the belly every morning, and then another needle this long in my back every morning as well. Yeah, it was a lot. I had to take Clomid and folic acid, all this stuff. It was, yeah. I was a C-section myself. Oh, you were? I got good eggs. I'm a robin. Major complication. Oh, wow. Yeah. It was tough. I didn't know if I wanted to keep trying. I already knew I was too old. In their eyes, I was considered too old. I know, Chris. Pia, my grandmother and grandfather were like, they had 12 kids in one side and 12, 13 in another. It was crazy. Oh, your chickens are laying. That's awesome, Louis. You know, yeah, you probably do. But I wouldn't change it because I got my daughter. I already had two older boys, and I got my daughter and my son. So I got the daughter I always wanted, and I almost lost her. She almost died right after, we got her home, and their father was feeding her one day. I happened to take my first time out since she was born and go out for a little while with my friend to another town to get something. And he had fed Todd and Sierra. He fed Sierra first, put her down, was feeding Todd, and he didn't see her arms moving like she was normally. And so she had stopped breathing. And we think she choked on the formula or something because they couldn't keep their formula down. We never could find out what it was. She spent the night at the hospital, but those kids were definitely wanted. They were, I worked hard for them. Yeah, we were up here, there were corn mazes, and it was July, and we were in the middle of a corn maze. We were lost. We couldn't find our way out, and we got the phone call. We had to be at the reproductive center within a half an hour because they do something with the sperm and this and that, and it's only viable for a little while. So we didn't know if we got there with like 3 minutes to spare. We found our way out of that corn maze. It was insane. It was so crazy. When my youngest was born, doctor said I couldn't have any more. They had to. Wow, you were young. And I believe it or not, after the twins were born, I was part of a twins group on Facebook. And through that group, I met another couple people that couldn't have. They've been trying and trying and trying IVF for like 20 years. Couldn't have any. And I was thinking about doing it for them. I had already been through the process. I knew what it involved. But my husband talked me out of it. I would have made like $75,000 to do it too, which would have been nice. But the doctors told me that I was at risk at that point because I had high blood pressure. I had polycystic ovarian syndrome. I had a lot of things, and it would have killed me. Because when me and Chris got married, we talked about maybe having kids and having my tubes untied again. And the doctor said, you wouldn't make it. You probably just wouldn't make it. It's not worth it. Oh, that's good. Your mom was a pediatric nurse. That's a good skill to have. Joe. Ah. My swimmers are strong. My mom, I'm the oldest of 7. She had 2 miscarriages, so there would have been 9. And she said she felt her best when she was pregnant. With every pregnancy, she felt her best she ever felt. I was like, not me. I have a frantic corn maze story too. Oh boy, Ginger Ninja. I know Robin's Nest, and that was something I had to really think about too. I don't know if I could have handed it over. I know. There's so much they make you think about if you do you have more than one in there. Are you going to be able to handle more than one, more than 2, more than 3? Are you going to be able to make that decision to abort a few inside you if there's something wrong? You have to really go through some thinking. That's good, Sandra. My mother, God. She actually had my little brother, my littlest brother. He's in his 20s now, and he's got two of his own. But she thought she was going through menopause, and she was actually pregnant during menopause, somehow like that. It was a fluke or something. I don't know, but yeah, she thought she had given all the baby stuff away. She was done. And then she had my brother Joe. And she worked down in the greenhouses in the garden. So she'd drag him down there with her, and she would leave him in the playpen for hours and forget about feeding him because she'd be so busy. And she'd forget. That poor kid. uh, she just wasn't, she had been done at that point, and then boom, she thought she was in menopause and she was pregnant. Yeah. I did not like being pregnant, not one iota. I did not like it, did not like it, did not like it any of the times that I was pregnant. Nope. It was the worst part of the whole I hated it. I just hated it. They burned my tubes. They had burned my tubes. They cut, tied, and burned them the first time. It was in my chart. I read it. But he left a lot extra so they could be reopened and redone. More than I thought. It took, when I had my tubes untied, it was supposed to be like an hour or so procedure, but I was so heavy. I was very heavy back then. It was a 6-hour procedure. After 3, they came out and told my husband, I don't think we're going to be able to do it. There's too many fat layers to get through. It's just not looking like it's going to work. We don't think we're going to be able to do it. They went in and tried some more, and they managed to do it. But because I didn't ovulate like normal people do, we never knew when I was ready and each month to try to get pregnant. It was impossible to tell, they said. I just wasn't able. Some months I didn't ovulate. So it was just awful. That's why we went through this whole process. 27 years, Ginger Ninja? Yeah. And then, Chris P, when I asked my mother about the hot flashes and this and that, well, I don't know. I didn't have any of these problems when I went through menopause. She had a very easy menopause. Easy pregnancies, easy menopause, easy everything. And here I get all the crap. Sandra, I went and I bought a big notepad so I could draw out my garden sketch of where I want everything. I've already got all my stuff figured out what I want to plant. I just haven't put it on the paper yet. Oh, yeah, I've already been thinking about it. I'm going to be doing in February, I'm going to be doing onions in here because I want to try my own onions as well as ordering from Dixondale. Oh, yeah, I got to place my Dixondale order. But I do want to try my own as well. I do know I'm not going to get as many through Dixondale as I did because my white sweet onions went bad a lot faster because they don't keep as long. But the yellow ones, I'm going to do more yellow ones. I was lucky, Sassy Cat. The insurance my ex-husband had paid for everything. We had a $500 inpatient copay when they were born. That was it. They paid for even my drugs that I had to shoot myself up with. They paid, I had a $20 copay every other month or something. They paid for everything because he worked for a research facility. Kind of something like that, a hospital. He worked for a hospital. And they paid for all the in vitro. They paid for everything. I had a $20 copay every once in a while. Yeah, they paid for everything. I have to be honest. My last one was 2 months, to almost 2.5 months ago. And I did get massive cramps a couple weeks ago, and the pain and the bloating, but nothing. And so I'm thinking it started. We'll see. The hot flashes aren't so bad right lately. They kind of come and go I was going through a period a few weeks back where it was awful, the hot flashes, but it hasn't been bad lately. Purple onions last longest for me, but I have a cool dark spot to keep them though. Well, oh my God, it's been almost an hour and a half. I'll go for another few minutes and then I'm going to end the stream because I have to clean up my ashtrays and probably the kitchen too. Oh, wow, 2 years. Mm-mm. You know what I found out, Chris Piat? Get black cow manure. Get the black cow manure and some good potting mix. Instead of potting soil, get potting mix. I was always buying potting soil and I never had luck. Once I started buying the potting mix and the black cow, like Hollis and Nancy do, and you just add the fertilizer in handfuls, bone meal and blood meal, I did much better. I'm telling you. Black cow was the that's what I learned. We have a whole stash outside piled high of black cow and potting mix. And peat moss. Peat moss. Yep. My grandmother had hot flashes so bad you could see steam coming off her all the time. They wouldn't give me one. I wanted one, Sandra, but she said there's no medical reason I need one. So I haven't been able to. Yep, Green Thumb Prepper is a good channel too. Yep. Yep. He's a good channel to deal with for the gardening as well. Hollis and Nancy's Homestead. I really like their videos because they focus on one item and they go from beginning to actually mixing the soil and all the stuff they add to it or don't add to it, planting it, and they take you through at several week intervals of what it looks like. And then when they actually harvest it, they show it. So they hold on to all that footage until it's all time to harvest it. And then they put the video together. It is so full of knowledge. And it's so, I've watched all the videos. I wrote every step down. I keep it in sheet protectors in a binder. And I had so much better luck because they used the black cow and the potting mix and they used the peat moss and they mixed it all together. And I followed that and I've had so much better luck with it. I couldn't grow nothing a couple years ago except for cucumbers once in a while. Now I grew lettuce. I grew iceberg lettuce. I couldn't believe it. My first time ever this year. Gotta go watch my videos. I'm not a very professional video taker. I'm not gonna lie. But you see what I've grown with just simple black. Once we did the black cow and the potting mix and the peat moss, like Hollis and Nancy, I couldn't believe the results I got. And Dr. Earth fertilizer and fish emulsion. I swear by that. There's Han Solo. Hey, I was telling him you're one of the best mods out there. Right up there with all the other mods I have. Shift and all you guys, Sandra and all you guys. You're the best group of mods we could have. Hollis and Nancy. Hold on. I found them through Deep South Homestead. Deep South Homestead is another one too. And he does it year after year. Okay, Hollis and Nancy's Homestead. I'll put the link in there. Give me one moment. I learned so much, and he draws diagrams on how potatoes actually grow. It was so amazing to watch. He drew diagrams of what they look like as they're growing. Yeah, Sandra, you told me about them. Yep. And then I heard Deep South talk about them too afterward. And I said, okay, if I heard two people talking about them, I'm going to go check them out. And I swear by them. I swear by them. Once I started doing it his way, I had the best of luck. Neither am I, Lee. Camera stares off in space. I don't sweat it. You. Make sure, Sassy Cat, if you're doing the indeterminate tomatoes, you need a 5-gallon or a larger bucket. I made that mistake. I put a indeterminate in a 3-gallon, and it was just too small. You want 5-gallon or larger for tomatoes. You definitely do. I buy the Big Daddy Pete's bags of soil. They have all different kinds that I mix: the cow, the chicken, the raised bed, and the garden. Yeah. Depends on what you have around you. I was so lucky that I could find the black cow at Home Depot. Yeah, Ginger Ninja. I'm so grateful for you guys for turning me on to Hollis and Nancy. And he does, and he uses the same seed companies we do. Johnny Seeds. Yeah, he uses a lot of the same seed companies we do. I have to go clean my kitchen, guys. Brockton's going to come over, and I'm going to need to give him, I did buy him some mac and cheese cups because he loves having those mac and cheese cups when he comes here. So I always try to have a couple on hand when he gets here. And I found a box of gummy snacks that were Sonic the Hedgehog, so I picked that up for him. How do you go? I have the greenhouse, but the stuff outside, they don't seem to bother. I had a problem with moths this year, but not so much deer. Because our grow boxes are so close to the house. Although I just saw deer tracks or some kind of footprints over by our grow boxes in the snow earlier. Yeah. Yeah, the cattle panels too help. Yep. I had a problem this past year in my 5-gallon buckets for my tomatoes. And when I pulled all the soil out at the end of the summer, I noticed mold and green along the inside of the bucket. So, yeah, I'm going to not do them in buckets anymore. I know I have some fabric pots that did real well. The fabric pots, because it lets all that extra water out. Well, I don't really want my 7-year-old grandson trying to cook mac and cheese in my kitchen when I'm tired, Joe. I prefer to my kitchen to be standing. Instead of cleaning, make a new video. I keep saying I'm going to do my video of that reflector oven, and I just don't do it. I have so many things on my list to do, and I did do a video today of the turkey. I just have to put it together. I do have some more on my list. I think I uploaded a couple. I just got to release them. But I feel like putting one out every single day gets a little monotonous because I want to kind of, I don't know. If other people are like me and can't get to watching all their favorite channels all the time, I feel like me putting one out every single day is just kind of too much. I'm in the development. If I cover, I get white mildew. Yeah. And the Rusted Gardener or the Rusted Garden with Gary Pilnicek, He is great because he tells you what to mix up. Oh, my son's here. He tells you what to mix up to get rid of that powdery mildew. Because I had it too. And I realized it was from me not opening my greenhouse windows enough. Oh my God, the moths were bad, Ginger Ninja. My ones in the greenhouse. I have to say my red Siberian tomatoes did wonderful in the greenhouse. Oh my God, wonderful. You want to make sure you put Epsom salt in there. And I noticed the ones that I put eggs, I cracked an egg and put it in the hole and put my plant on top, did fabulous. No blossom end rot. The ones I didn't do that to, I ended up with blossom end rot. Yes, Ginger Ninja's right. You have to put like rocks and things that'll make it so it'll drain. And I didn't do that. So if you did dark cherry tomatoes and they went up to the eaves, that's an indeterminate variety because they will keep growing. I had some grow past my roof. And I made the mistake my first year planting like 20 plants in one tiny spot. And then they were all indeterminates over my roof. And then they were too high for my stakes and they all fell over top heavy. And it was like an Amazon jungle. Hey, Recyclable Homestead. Brandywine. I did those a couple years too. I like the fabric pots. I really do. They drain on their own. There's no chance of overwatering. Look who's here. Come say hi. My Brockton's here. So, is it raining?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got my switch.
You got your switch back. I got you scissors for you to take to your house.
Nice.
Okay, and then I have a pair that you can keep here. See the cover? This protects you when you want to put them in your pencil case or whatever at home.
The last ones he had, he sliced Chloe in the face with them.
By accident.
I know it was an accident, but I remember now.
I'll
It
try.
was a very little scratch, but it was right on her face.
Oh boy! Well, those you gotta keep let Daddy put them away, and then these ones you use when you're here. Okay.
See how the covers.
All right, guys. I'm gonna get going so I can spend some time with my grandson. Have a good night. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. I had a great chat. And we will see you. I was jealous of all these cucumbers. Oh my God. The Tasty Jade cucumbers are the best because they do not need to be pollinated. So if you can find Tasty Jade cucumber seeds, they do not need pollination at all. All right, guys. Have a great day. I love you guys. Have an awesome night. Bye, everybody.